Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to show you how to customize things in WordPress to make things pretty. Maybe your style.css sheet isn't working, but we'll help you figure that out so that things work out just right for you. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm going to push everything to the screen here so that you guys can see, and we'll just streamline the experience. Hopefully you follow part one. In part one, we covered the installation. If not, go back to part one. In part two, we're going to focus on making things pretty and doing things to the pages. Okay, so knowing that, moving forward, we have our updates here. Remember, don't set it to update automatically, because if you do, it will break your site. All right, knowing that and moving forward, we have posts, which are your pages. As you saw, we have our, if we open link in a new tab, it's just a hello world. That's it. Typical thing you'll see as a developer. Then you have your tags. You want to add tags. So this is what people will look for when they search in whatever it is that you created that you want them to find. Kind of like YouTube, or how to do this, how to do that. So in this case, we're going to click all NATUR natural bakers in let's say NYC, right? And then slugs, you can add description. Let's see, bakers who use all natural ingredients, right? Because INGREDIENTS. All right, as you can see, my fingers say one thing, but my brain says, I'm like, wait, that's not what I said. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, you could also use AI to type it for you. If you have a small little keyboard like this and itty bitty hands, you're going to end up having this experience, but just type in AI, be like, hey, type me in some tags and slugs, and boom, you'll just have to copy and paste. Knowing that and moving forward, see, now we have here, we have our, see, all natural bakers, our tags, and now we'll go to all post. See, hello world is still there. Add new. You can add a new one if you want. We're not going to do any posts, because posts are like for people that want to do a blog. You want to do a blog, you'll have tons of posts, and every day you'll be posting about whatever it is, the lifestyle, with or without your latte, or maybe whatever. I don't know. Anyway, knowing that, moving forward, categories. You want to add categories. See, we have an on categories, right? So we're going to add, remember we added tags, but now we're going to add a category. And you want to do that because I have different categories on my YouTube channel. I have Pablo Pico series, DJI series, Mavic 3 series, etc., WordPress series, and go on and on. So this category will be chocolate cakes, right? Chocolate cakes. And we have, again, slugs. You can leave it with a description. Chocolate, C-H-O-C-O, chocolate, right? Cakes with all natural, you get the idea, right? And you want to leave this description as extensive as you can, so that when people search, they're like, oh wow, that my search came up. So the more the better, but we're just doing this locally for you, so that you guys know what to do. See, now we have a category. And now we can move forward onto the tags, which we already done. We got tags, we got a category, and now you have media. Media is images. You can upload images. There's a GitHub repository that I left a link to in case you want to experiment with this, or just find your own stuff and create that moving forward. All right, so then we have page, and you can swap out, because by default, when we add a page, it's going to be there. Okay, you're going to have, you know, sample stuff. So let's say, for example, look, now we're going to add a new page. Okay, and actually, maybe not add a new page. I'll make sure our theme is actually selected. Okay, so go to appearance, themes, and for us, as you know, we chose theme 2024. We're just following up. We're going to make things pretty via code, and then activate. And now, if I go to pages, I'm going to add a page, right? And see, there we go. So we have, we'll choose a pattern. Let's choose here. I'll choose that, and then we'll call it about us, and then publish it. And then we have an about us page, right? Knowing that and moving forward, if we go back into our pages, see, we have an About Us page. You can do a quick edit, which lets you do it in here. You have your main page, default page template, which you can choose, which we'll cover in a little bit, because that requires some customization if you want. If not, just leave it as is. But you can set that to whatever you want it to be. Okay, knowing that, moving forward, by default, it's actually here. See? And then you can say something like About Us. You can edit it in here. We bake all our cakes with love, right? And then you can say something like using only the finest ingredients. Doesn't autocorrect. You can probably get a plugin for that, like that will let you autocorrect stuff. But try to limit as many plugins as you install. See right here? Now I click on the image and I can click replace. I'm going to upload one to the library. There's remember the GitHub repository where I left some stuff. You can download and experiment with it there. Sorry, no calls. So if I click here, see, there we go. Something all natural, because we bake everything with love. You ever buy a bag of potato chips and they're like, or something that you like, and then they're like, we bake everything with love. Like, I'm just hungry. I don't really care what happens in your kitchen. But in this case, you probably do, because you're building a site that works right for you. So now if I go here, About Us, some other stuff in there. I'll have to go into the CSS and fix that in the themes. But as you can see, let's see if our headers there, some other goobly gosh. Let's see, I'll go into here and then go into downloads right here. Go into WordPress. Where is the main WordPress? Right here. And then we'll go into content, WP content, themes, 2024, and then go into parts, and then go here, copy all, and then go back into sites, and then go into right here, 2027, and then content, and then themes, 2024, and then parts, and then select all, delete that, and then voila. Now everything should be back to normal on the refresh. See, voila. Don't worry about that. I'll cover that in a little bit. Something glitchy happened. Anyway, so knowing that, moving forward, see, look at that. Except, yeah, you know, I don't know what's going on in the kitchen, but I just want chocolate cake. So now you get the idea. You can change the images. You have an About Us page. You have a sample page by default, but the sample page is empty, and you can just add and build on that, right? And now what we can do is we can go, we can open it in a new window, because what we want to do is we want to keep these experiences in separate windows. So let's say we have our editing there, and we have our About Us here, right? And then we already made an About Us, so we don't need that one. So we just need one, and then move that over here. And then knowing that, moving forward, now we can have an isolated experience so that we don't have to keep going, grabbing in windows. Oh, wait, one here, one there, one here, one there. And then now we have it all in separate windows. Knowing that, and moving forward, back to pages. We have an About Us page, but now you need a home page, right? Add page. And I probably want to do, which one? Oh, this one. This one looks like a good one. And then publish it. Actually, before we publish it, let's call it home page, right? Home, or just home. Home is really nice because I mean, everyone knows a home is fine. And then watch, publish. And then now if I go back here, if I close that and then view it, see, and there's our home page. So now you have an About Us, a home page. And then right here, I want to edit that, but I can't edit it unless I go here to edit page, right? And then after this, we're going to go into some of the coding stuff of making things a little bit prettier. So right here, see that? I click on the image, click replace, and don't need to see me there. Click replace. We're going to upload one, and then I'm going to choose this one. See that? Open, and then voila. And then we're going to go here. Most likely you'll want, like I was saying, more dummy text in there. You could do something like, we watch every cake bake from start to finish. Basically, they micromanage everything in the kitchen. All right, so, and then et cetera, et cetera. You want some more dummy text in there. You could use Lorem Ipsum or something, but again, the more the better, because this is your website, and then stuff will come up as people search by SEO. Our guy is the best baker in NYC. Wait, but if he's the best, the other guy at the other bakery said he's the best. Everybody's the best. Kind of like Ray's Pizza. There's only one original Ray's, which is really good. I like Ray's, but I actually like Ray's, and there's another one, not Two Boots, and yeah, probably Ray's. I don't know. Anyway, knowing that and moving forward, we'll select save, and then go here. See, voila. See, I wonder how they got the camera in there though. How do you get a camera in the oven? Must be one of those new DJI ones. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, see, now we're getting somewhere. We got somewhere. We got some pages. But look at here. See how it says page ID 17? You don't want that, okay? So now we can go back. So remember, we created that experience in another window, which we probably will have here. So that means we can close that one, because remember, we have another interactive experience there that we can go to. So we want to keep one isolated experience for the editing process. Okay, knowing that, moving forward, comments, people will leave don't leave comments unless you have your blog. Appearance and themes, we'll get to that one in a second. Users, tools, right? See, these are our tools, and then we have settings. Okay, so usually right here you might see WP. See where I'm pointing? Right there. Taglines, remember to add tags. Best baker in NYC, all natural cakes, etc. Leave a lot, but don't overdo it. And then see right here, we want to add a site icon. So we'll add that. Alternate text is for blind people. So believe it or not, blind people do surf the web. There's a feature built into Mac OS X, and then you want to leave some text in there. So you want to see, say, guy and girl cooking and doing the XXX in the kitchen, KIT kitchen, while they bake. Remember, they're blind, so you want to leave something in there so that the experience is just right, and they could use their imagination, be like, wow, I'm not sure I want to use that bakery. And then the caption, same thing. Then the description, leave a description, and the more the better. All right. And then if you click save, it'll crop it. And then voila. So now if I go down and click save, see, and I have it right there. And now they have that. And if they click it with their features, and do that for all your images, because remember, as they're surfing, they'll see an image, oh wow, chocolate cake, and then they create a vision of the chocolate cake in their mind, etc. Knowing that, and moving forward, time format you have here, you can leave you can use user roles, etc. So now let's go here. Let's go to general. We're there, general, writing. Okay, so when you're writing, we have a category now, right? And then we have default post format. Could be whatever you want. Could be standard, aside, etc. Gallery. Remember, default post. Okay, we're not at the pages yet. And then for reading, see, your home page displays your last post. So if you are at your home page and you see a post, you're like, wait, that should be my home page. What you'll do is you'll select static page, and then home page is going to be the home page. And then when I select save, now when I go back and press refresh, I should see my home page, which is right here. And you'll have to relabel this because that's home and that's about, but that can easily be done in the back door. So we'll change about us to home and home to about, and that can easily be done if you go into, actually, you know what, since we have an isolated experience, we just go to pages and then home, we'll go to edit, home becomes about, right? And then save it, and then go back, and then about becomes home. And then we'll go to edit, see, And now we'll just call this one. Why isn't it home? Okay. And then we'll just press save. And now when I go back and click refresh, see, voila. And if I go to about, brings us there. We watch every cake bake from start to finish. Our guy is the best baker in NYC, etc. And then you keep going on and on and on and on, all right, with each and every page. And you add another page, a contact us page. Contact us, you could leave an email, a phone number, etc. And then when you get your stuff from your web server, you would put that in here. If you go into, where is it, settings, general, right? You have your administrative email, and you have your writing right here, mail server, login, etc. Create a different email. Don't use the email, your personal email for the website. The website will have its own email, whether it's a Gmail account, baking at NYC or wherever, Chicago, at gmail.com until you get your My Cakes for You URL going. Don't use your personal email, and even for the retrieval process to open up a separate email for that. Never leave your personal one. Knowing that and moving forward, again, reading. So we set that, see that? And then it goes on. So you remember, you decide. So if you see your blog, etc., now you know what to do. Discussion, you can customize things for the discussion group. Media, you can set maximum size and thumbnails, things like that. Permalinks. So if we go here and then go to my, and you see right here, if I go to home, there's a number there. Like, wow, that should say my home page, but it doesn't. So in order to do that, to fix that, what you'll do is you'll go here and here, actually, and then right here. See, structure, post name. So you can choose structure or post name, but I'm going to choose post name. If you choose structure, it just does it differently, but I want it to be post name. So now when I scroll down, and remember to put tags and stuff too, base categories and things like that. Now when I hit refresh, I should see the About Us page. If I go home, which I have to change later, see, I have to switch it. We'll just switch it later, but you get the idea, all right? Anyway, knowing that, moving forward, we'll just have to reverse it. You can change the name so that they're not reversed. And then knowing that, moving forward, now I don't want to make things pretty. Let's say I like this background color, but I like it, and the person I'm making it for is not crazy about it. So what I'll do is you right-click with your mouse, and then we'll go to Inspect Element, and then you see all this weird stuff comes up. You're like, where am I? So we know that the main part of the page is called the body, right? And somewhere in there, right there, is the body. See the body? And now what you can do is you can look for the color. Like, oh my God, that's the body. So I want to make that red. And that's the header, part of the body. And I'm like, oh wow, that's this. And I want to make that green. I want to make that blue, etc. And the only way to do that is to know what you're doing inside of here. And then what part is that? That's black. I want to do, and the reason why you choose red is because red, ideally, or any color, you can identify, oh, okay, that's that section, that's this section. So you choose a color, maybe orange is your go-to color, or yellow, and then yellow isn't ideal because we can't see it. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, we know that this is the body, and we want to change the background color to there, right? So then what you'll do is you'll go into here, your dashboard, and you go to settings, below settings, there'll be something else in your tools, see, theme file editor. And then we'll go here, I understand, and we have our parts there. You can edit what I just changed, you saw me do earlier from here too, okay? So knowing that and moving forward, we're gonna type in body, and then a little squiggly thing, and then you'll say color, or actually, you know what, let's do background color. Background color, right? And then a little colon, and then we'll do red, and then hopefully it takes it, right? So now I'll select update and then go here. And if I go to my page, which would be here, nothing happened. You're like, wait, what happened? And if you check the CSS, right, because there's a CSS folder in there that I left for you guys. We go to, we have our H1, we have our body, background color, see? And maybe we forgot to close it, right? So then we'll go back. Oh, we forgot to close it. And then if we go back here, right, go into Tools, File Theme Editor, we forgot the semicolon. That should do it, right? And then we'll go here, and then back to refresh, and nothing happened, right? It saved it. See, we have our colon, but if we go to Visit Page Site, open link in new window, it still didn't work. And that's because we don't have a child theme installed. So one, it could either be you typed it wrong, or two, most likely there's no child theme. So knowing that, moving forward, we're going to go into back to our site again, okay, and then click on plugins, and we're going to add a new plugin, and then type in child theme, and then press enter. And look for the one with the baby stroller. What I like about this one is just it works like back in the day where you had to create a child theme. You created a folder, called it child theme and the name of the theme, and then it put 3 files in there. And this basically does that. Whereas other plugins will do that and require you to go here, press that button, put some code there, and then you got your child theme activated. No, this works the way it did many years ago. And so you don't have to worry moving forward because it's just going to do what it needs to do. So you could actually copy the child theme folder, delete the plugin, and then you're good to go. Because a lot of times, let's move forward. I'll cover that part in a second. See, now we're here on plugins. See, and now we'll just dismiss that. And now what you want to do is, see, it says deactivate, but that's okay. We're there. We're going to go to plugins again, and then make sure it's there. So we don't want to deactivate it, but what we want to do is go to appearance, and you want to see it there. See, 2024 child. So we have our main theme, and then we have our child theme, and select activate. And then now we can customize it moving forward. If we go to Tools, Theme File Editor, our code should be there. Different code is there. That's okay. We'll take that out, and we'll leave the body. Okay, and then we'll take that out. And now the body should be there, and the body should change to green or whatever color we choose. Remember, it's closed. See that? And now if I go back into the site and hit refresh, see, that part is changed to green. And then we have another part here, which is actually gray. So we can go here, expect element, look for that color. And then remember, you have to click here, and then voila. And then we look for the gray. You can look for the gray, or if you know exactly where the div tag is, see, there it is. That one's for body. So let's see what happens if we put important. So if we go here, so let's see what we have here. We'll go here, and then inspect element, just keep scrolling until you find, that looks like it would be it. Homepage default template customization, WP bar. See, that's here. We don't want the WP bar, we want header, main class, right there. Keep going. This looks, nope. Div class, block group. And if you don't find it from there, what you do is you'll just put your cursor like right about here, okay? And then we'll type in, there it is, see? So now there's the background color there. So what we can do is we'll copy here. Oops, yeah, copy all that. Don't wanna, copy all that, right? And then put that there. Don't worry, we'll put the other stuff back. And now if we click update and refresh, it should take, after we change background color to, let's say, black, right? And now if we go back and press update, see, background color is black. So it's a little tricky, you got to find it, but black doesn't really work. So let's go back into, maybe, pink. Oops. Pink is a nice one, okay? And update. Now if I go to refresh, remember, we're just choosing colors so that we can just pinpoint where things are. Okay, knowing that and moving forward. See, then we have red there, then when you have this color there, and then you have that color. So you know, you don't, and the colors are just there to help streamline the process so that we know we're in the child theme. We can go back, and if something starts glitching out, just do this. Just go into your open any folder, and then go to sites, and then choose here. And then if you know your theme, content, and then themes. So we'll go into the main 2024 and go into style.css. See? And by default, something is there. But if we close it, save it, and then go here, and then go back to refresh, that should eliminate there. So now you know, but you know where that part is, so you can change that too. And you can also change the padding to that, etc. And you know, everything you do can just go on, and each one is individual. Okay, knowing that, and that's just way too big, so you might have to customize that too. Or maybe they like it, maybe they want that to be for the people, you know, to see frequently asked questions. Or you could actually have a page that says FAQs. Knowing that and moving forward. So now that we covered some of that, don't worry, I'll leave a link to everything so you guys can have that. But let's say they want to have a custom font, right? So let's say, like you saw earlier, I'm here at About Us, and they want this to be something different. So we know that that's H1, right? Because if we go here to the inspect element and we click it, right? Click on About, it should bring us back to, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, right here. See? It says right there on the top, it said H1. And if we scroll down, look for, see, there's H1. See? And if I do font size, I can do font color, right? Oh, sometimes you'll get a glitch in there because you want to test it here first. And then if it lets you, there we go. Font, and then, or just type in color. Let's see if color works. Color, right? And then put red. And then, see, it changed it. And then they say, oh, I like that red. But let's say they want a different font, right? They're like, oh, I like that, but that's okay. We can do that because you saw, hey, I saw that on How To by Lou. So we go here, Google Fonts. You'll find the font. There'll be a link to this font, but it's the same process. Most likely it'll be like this by default. And you click important. And then you only want here. If you put the style in there, in the brackets, it's not going to work. And then for here, just take the basics, but I cut and pasted it for you. Remember, it's already here. And you always want your styles and stuff for the font, the CSS, to be at the top. Okay? And we'll just copy that since the homework's already been done for you. And then this will be your boilerplate. You know, moving forward, you could use that for your customizations. Remember what I said, stuff for the CSS goes at the top. Okay, and then let's see, we'll copy this here, and then I'll explain why I'm doing this in a second. And then we'll update it, and then we'll go back to the other page because we have it in another window, remember? And then close this, and when I hit refresh, see, now we have that font. Kind of neat, huh? That's how you would customize fonts. Now for the font thing, let me show you really quick. Look, the URL here is pointed to Google's. So if you download it, you could do a redirect on your server, and then the font will live there. You decide which one works right for you, but just know if Google's down, the site might not, the font will default to the default font. Knowing that, moving forward, I'm not sure, red's fine, it's visible. All these colors are kind of bright. And so back to what I was showing you before, which you might have seen me cut and paste. If you, whoops, double tap, zoom out. Notes. So you see how I put that here? Page with Bakerman. All right, not C page, but page. And the reason why is because as the page gets bigger and bigger and the CSS becomes more customized, this page is going to get longer, and you're going to be like, wow, where is it? And then we're like, wow. Or maybe they liked you in the beginning and they got their cousin to do it for free, and then he has no idea what to do, and he's going to just see CSS code. But thanks to you, you left notes there, and you know, you can say, just look in the notes, it's right there, because sometimes some folks won't know or didn't realize that, like, hey, maintenance contract, I didn't know there was a maintenance contract, I thought it was all included. And that's when you say goodbye. All right, knowing that and moving forward, and then we can close this one, since we see this was tied to the main style sheet 2024 when the customizations should have been in the child theme. Okay, so remember, always make sure your customizations are done in the child theme. And then you have theme functions, which is right there, and etc. So knowing that and moving forward, let's see what else we have here. So now let's check it out. Let's check out the page. We have our fonts, we have our About Us page. Remember to reverse it so that when you click on Home, it brings us home. When we click on About, it brings us to About. And then you have a sample page, which could be a contact page. Remember, on the contact page, you can add your email. So we can actually do this here. And you want to keep your fonts uniform so that every page they go to, it's a similar experience. And for this one, we'll just go to Edit Page, and then we'll select Contact Us, right? Contact Us, and then, you know, you could use a boilerplate or a plugin for this that will generate that for you. You could leave your telephone, etc., your whatever you want, and then email us, and then when you go to visit the page, you will see your telephone and email. And always think about the first experience to be mobile, because their first experience is going to be on a mobile device, and you're going to be editing this on your desktop. So, you know, try to think about that too, and that happens when you do it like this, and that's most likely what they'll see when they go to mobile. And then a little thing will pop here, Contact Us, see, and then we have Home, see, and they'll see that. And then, you know, you'll change images accordingly. Then you have, this is called the footer, which is the bottom of the page, and this is called the header. So back to last part, I want to show you when you do customizations and why you do not want to have your WordPress set to auto update. Okay, so knowing that and moving forward, let's bring that here, and then dashboard, and then remember you are at home, and then you have updates. You can reinstall WordPress, switch to automatic update. Don't let it automatic update, because this is what happens. So go to new page, go to here, go to, actually let's do it from here, from fetch, and then we'll go to header, edit, and then we'll go here from the header, and there should be the end of header, style, dun, 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 block. All right, so we'll cut that out, and then leave that like that. That should save and make things a little bit glitchy, and then save it, and then go here. And now if I go to blog post, this is what happened. I was like, oh wow, something looks weird. And then when I scroll down to my footer, and shit was just broken. And sometimes when you set it to auto update, it's not going to keep your stuff unless everything's inside the child theme, right? So then you go to your site and check your site every now and again, because sometimes this will happen. So knowing that and moving forward, what you'll do is you'll back up the site and have it set to not auto update, okay? Because that's basically what will happen. Things will just break. And if I go back into my header and I go back into edit, and if I swap the files, if I go back, that's my header or end header, you know, etc. And now if I close it, select save, and then there, now I have to refresh, it's all there. So sometimes customizations will break when you use plugins, or sometimes the theme doesn't support customization, and all those customizations are inside that particular folder. So make sure the customizations are inside of the child theme so that that doesn't happen. So knowing that and moving forward, we can close that. So again, don't set it to auto update because it will be a nightmare when trying to fix stuff. Back it up and then know where the redirects are and where stuff has to go so that you can, moving forward, do what you need to do, and limit the amount of plugins that you put in here, and don't become plugin dependent when building the website, because that will break stuff too. And then naturally you'll be spending more time troubleshooting than enjoying the building process. And a lot of that can be done in the front end too. Let's say here, if I click edit page, remember, we're covering the deeper end of things where things have to be customized. Let's say I want to change that. Just go here, right? And then I can just go, change that here. We can change the font size. You don't have to go through the back door. Let's say I want to change the, stuff on the page. I can just go here. You can zoom in and out. You can go to page. You can go here on the block section and then click there. And let's say background color. I want it to be, let's try red, right? Because we always see you can do that from there. But once things start getting custom, that's when you got to go into the style.css, and you're no longer working with a wiggy, experience. Well, I'll just press that button and I can make that red. And then let's say, I'll just do there with the little shade ratio thing and do it like that. No, that's just the beginning. And then again, when you go deeper into it, like you saw on my page, that's all custom and that's all done from the back end, because now the plugin / theme experience only supports a cookie cutter experience. When you want to leave and go outside of the box, that's where everything you learned today comes in. All right, so knowing that and moving forward, let's just do a small recap of everything before we close out. As you can see, we covered the fonts, we covered your pages. You can reorder that in the back end too. We covered the images, we covered the footer and the header experience that could be customized if you put it into the content page. Do the in this folder right here. Where is it? See, in the parts department, right? That's how you would customize that so that each page you create has the same thing moving forward. We covered, changing the colors to the font, changing, like I said, font, and then going back in, making sure your home page has the home page name, right? So as you see, sample page is sample page, but in order to change that, we don't want it to say sample page, you would just change it here, right? So it has its name instead of a number, and that we changed from the back end. And then we covered the plugins. Remember the plugins, don't become plugin dependent, because that will break your site. And then everything else that goes with it, and the email, remember, all that comes later. But let's say you want to change the menu without having to do like I showed you before. We have home, about, contact us. You saw how I changed the name, and you would have to like cut and paste things. You could also do it like this. We go to your dashboard, right? And then from dashboard, go to right here, go to appearance right there, and then click on editor. And then from editor, so you have your home, right? You can change it there from the editor on home, and then it brings you back there, but you don't want that. So we'll just select continue and go back. See, we're here. You want to click on navigation. See, from navigation, we have home there. We can move that down and then move this down and then review, save changes, but now we have about, contact us, and home. And that could be a little confusing because the navigation bar is usually streamlined and people expect the home to be somewhere else. So then what we'll do is we'll just click right here, right? We'll go back, see, click on navigation, and then we'll go here and then go there. And then we're going to move this. Actually, we'll just move the home, right? Because we want the home to be up at the top. See, home, about, contact us is usually last. It usually says contact, doesn't really say contact us. So we can change that to here if we click here, right? And then if we go to there, you would have to change that on the page itself. But this, as you can see, this is the header. See, and then we can go change that to contact and then save. See, voila, save it. And then now if we go back here and then go back to the page, voila. And if I can see, now it just says contact, and it's bring us to contact us, or do whatever you want, and then you just you change it. But you can go on and on and on with so many changes on your site. And moving forward, I believe that's it. So remember where to go, right? Dashboard, appearance, editor, and that will help you change your navigation menu. And I believe that is pretty much it. So on that note, kind of neat, huh? Everything you need to know to get started on WordPress. In part 3, I'll cover some of the security features so that things work out just right for you. And you know, moving forward, what to do and what not to do so your site doesn't get hacked. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.